Going to be a bit different, I think, than the PVZ we just had, but it's still going to be a best of 5. And spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map, the Twitch streamer, it is Top. And his opponent, playing for Team Root, it is SuperNova. We'll have to see what this goes for. I mean, personally, TVT, I'm not 100% familiar. Well, I mean, I generally know what happens. I mean, Cyclones are very popular lately, Reapers as always, but as far as the precise styles that pros go for, it can vary a fair bit to my knowledge. As far as the builds go though, it's going to be a gas first for each of these guys. Didn't expect to see much different. I mean, we could always see a Reaper expand out of each of them. We'll see if one of them throws up an extra gas or if they go for an identical build. That's the thing of a mirror matchup. We don't have too many mirror matchups in Afreeca world. Sometime, I don't even think we've had a mirror matchup finals to my knowledge, but it's good to have them. I mean, they are all matchups in the game, so we'll see what these two guys are going to do. I could be hating myself if it does go to something like 5 long, hour-long mech games in a row. So both these guys going for an SCV Scout here. But as far as it is, no extra gas from either of them, so it looks like they're respecting each other a lot. Likely going to follow it up with a command center. That's really the only option at this point. Command center or Reaper Expanse have been a bit more popular lately. So Top comes in, basically just sees that there's just the gas, the racks timing. Actually harassing SuperNova's SCV. This can be such a pain. Gonna have to run his SCV. Another should already be on the way, but Top getting his bit of harassment done there. SuperNova actually has his SCV just returning home. So slight edge for Top there. I mean, that's just seconds there, but I mean, it's StarCraft 2, everything matters. But if we look at the builds, they are still continuing along their mirrored path here. So both these guys got a Reaper. SuperNova being very bold with his moving out on the map, whereas Tops is hiding in the bushes, but SuperNova sending in his scouting SCV to be aware of this. Now Top pulling his own SCV, so it's going to be a battle of the micro. However, SuperNova's has already taken a bit of damage there, his SCV anyway, but he does take the advantage in that engagement. However, his Reaper is down a bit of health, and then his SCV goes down. So SuperNova, though, getting a nice engagement there. Top had to pull the SCV off and didn't send another one till later on. So that's very nice for SuperNova, and he may be able to focus this one down. It's going to be a Reaper versus Reaper fight, but SuperNova is forced back there. These bushes adding interesting dynamic to the play. He goes in with the Reaper once again. Denying the CC as long as you can is a massive advantage in this matchup. And so right now, that was a nice denial by SuperNova as far as units lost go. They've each lost an SCV. Each had their CC delayed at different times. But SuperNova actually going to lose this Reaper here as these two Cyclones move out. These guys going for truly mirrored builds. And as a result, now SuperNova could be in a bit of trouble here if Top decides to poke on in. Not having his Reaper to support his two Hellions could be a little bit rough. Top moving by these guys, just loving to use these bushes right now. SuperNova hiding in his own. Top not seeing that. Now another Hellion comes out for SuperNova and actually going to get on top of this. So both these guys losing a unit or two early on. Actually, Top hasn't lost this Hellion just yet, but SuperNova actually moving to cut this off. Going to be able to intercept that there. May actually pick off the Reaper or more. Even if he gets all the Hellions, that would be very nice. Now, the fact that these guys are all making Hellions is really pointing towards mech play at this stage in the game. Could always be something different. Top on his side of the map is making Marines, so not necessarily going to be going mech, just made his own Hellions, and as a result, SuperNova, with the excess Hellions, is going to poke on in right now. Top forced to abandon his natural, so he can't mine there, so SuperNova getting a bit of an advantage here. Can't poke up the ramp as these Marines there. He does fry two of the Marines, loses a Hellion in the process. Top pushing out. He's got the siege tank, that's got the health needed to force these guys back. SuperNova actually diving on top of this, so gonna head on into the main base. There's a few Marines. We'll be able to roast those, maybe pick off an SCV or two here. So SuperNova diving on in very boldly. Gonna lose these Hellions here. I don't think he's gonna get too many SCVs killed. However, these SCVs are stacking a lot. So just two SCVs going down. Loses all the Hellions though, but so far SuperNova doing quite well for himself. Top has a Raven popping out just right now. Banshee coming in for SuperNova, going to be able to pick off an SCV or two. However, with these Marines, now actually it is just with these Marines, but Top, well done there, using that Raven ability, denying the Banshee's attack. But once that finishes up, this Banshee should be able to pick off all of these Marines. Top may just not have enough. He's starting a turret, however, maybe a little bit too late, so SuperNova getting a good chunk of damage done right now. Right now, we see Cyclones poking in for SuperNova, so he's just getting a runaway lead at this point. The siege tank and a few Marines coming down, but that's not going to be enough to deal with this. One of the tanks is forced to siege up to push these Cyclones back, or they actually just dive on top of the siege tank. May get it. One of the Cyclones does go down, but that's a nice trade for SuperNova there. Banshee's being forced back. The Viking is here. Banshee could cloak to get away. Gonna need to be careful there. Does end up cloaking. Will get out. So far, Top's lost a large chunk of SCVs. SuperNova is transitioning back into home. Top's not been mining it as a natural basically the whole game at this point. The Banshee will go down for SuperNova. That was a bit of a mistake there, but Top does secure his natural. However, SuperNova's his third is almost finished at this point. He's getting a few more barracks up, so his production will take time to kick in, as it is going to be mech play. Top's going bio. SuperNova has seen this, so maybe Top is just going to go for a 2-base all-in or something like that. That may be his only choice, because macroing from this much of a deficit, it will be a little rough for him. SuperNova making a Raven back at home. He's got up his Cyclones, which are just a good buffer, and he's going to start making siege tanks, and once he has one or two of them, I think he'll basically be unkillable. Top will have out a medivac or two, so maybe he can get off a fantastic drop to come back into this, but Top is certainly behind at this stage in the game. SuperNova almost doubling the SCV count. He's got the extra base. As a result of this, the pressure is really going to be on Top. However, his stim is still a ways off right now. Now, there's actually no siege tank set up for SuperNova. One of them's just popping out, but Top does have this Raven, so he can always disable one or two of these tanks. I mean, he's going to try and poke in with non-siege bio, though, so it's going to be incredibly difficult. He's moving up with the siege tanks here. He's got the Raven moving in, maybe just going to try and disable that. He actually double disables one of those tanks. That's a pretty big mistake there, as he wasn't able to disable the other one, and now I don't know if he's going to be able to poke in. He's got a few more units rallying across the map, so he does want to get this damage done. He's up on army supply right now. He's going to elevator a siege tank, or he could do anyway. But SuperNova now setting up in his main base right now. Top, though, does have the high ground vision, got the first tank off. However, these Hellions and Cyclones assisting there. And now Top has no siege tanks right now. He's got to break this, and I don't think he's going to be able to. He could always drop the third base, but the Hellions could move in to clean it up. So it's going to be looking a little rough right now. Top going to be going for a double drop. He can always land on top of these tanks or just go right at the back. SuperNova pulling some SCVs to repair here. It seems Top unloading on top of some of these siege tanks here. He's going to drop in the back natural rover. One of the medivacs goes down. He's just bleeding off all of his units, and GG gets called. SuperNova takes the first game there. So SuperNova in a bit of a dominating fashion, beating Top, so we'll see if Top's able to bring it back. Maybe we'll see him go for something like Reapers. Anything like that to try and change it up a little bit. Alrighty, so the next map's going to be Catalyst. Continuing on with this Terran versus Terran, we'll see if we're going to have another Parting versus SuperNova match. Now, I think Parting is going to be the bit of a favorite in that one. We'll have to see how it works out. Alrighty, if you guys want, feel free to follow me on Twitter at LaughNgamez. And favorite the stream as well if you have an account on Afreeca. But it's the TVT. We're going to be getting on into the next one. That wasn't a long game like I sort of expected. But I mean, it's a best of 5. There's certainly room for that. We're going to be getting on into it. Alrighty, so loading on into the next map. It's Catalyst. It's a bit of a bigger one. We'll see if Top tries to play bio again. I think we'll see SuperNova play mech every single game. unless he feels like sort of changing things up. Either way, he took the first game. You know him. He's played in 1 or 2 Afreeca Worlds at this point. It is SuperNova. And his opponent spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map. It is Top. You'll just have to forgive me as I pull up the wiki here. I'm curious. SuperNova won Afreeca World 9, I guess. Who did he beat to win that? He beat Revival. And he beat Petit Drogo. That was it. So Parting and SuperNova have faced before. And went quite well for Parting. Now Top, I sort of expected this. He's changing things up. He's going for a proxy barracks. He's sending out another SCV, so likely going to be a 2-Rax Reaper since he's getting a gas. SuperNova back at home, going for a double gas opening, so he will be relatively safe. He's sending out an SCV. We'll see if it just runs right across the map or if it will scout for something like these proxy barracks. Top looking to take a quick one on SuperNova 2-Rax, a very common build, not going for a more common location since this can be walled off, and that's what SuperNova's done at the high ground there. SuperNova opening up with a Reaper. Top, though, he's going to have that double production once this extra barracks finishes up. SuperNova has gone for a relatively quick scout, though, so he will identify that this is on the way, and he's going to be saying, uh-oh, as this is happening. I assume he'll immediately throw up his factory and then just try and be safe with his Reaper. Well, he's already got his factory on the way because of the double gas, but he's just going to want to continue this production, start another supply depot immediately there, making sure to wall that off there so the Reapers can't abuse that cliff location. But Top is going to be coming in from the right side here. His first Reaper just finished up. He's going to have that double production. SuperNova is only going to have a brief time in which he's really behind in that production, though. Once that factory pops out, those units are very helpful for defending the Reapers. Now, Top is aware that SuperNova scouted him, so he does know that he's really going to need to get a lot of damage done with this. He's got his second Reaper popping out, but SuperNova, I think, is going to be very well equipped to defend this. He's got the 2 SCVs pre-pulled. Top just continuously making more and more Reapers right now, and SCV moves out to see this. SuperNova Top gonna pick that off immediately, pardon me. A bunker's already up though, and there's 2 Reapers for SuperNova, so I think Top's in a lot of trouble right now. He's gonna jump up, however, stacking up those Reapers. One of them goes down. Now SuperNova's pursuing, actually. Gonna take a very good trade there. 1 Reaper for 2, and with that, I think Top's Snowball is all but dead there. So this is really just a failed proxy. SuperNova scouted it. He wasn't greedy or anything like that. And with that, Top's going to be in a lot of trouble in this game. Now, the SCV count is relatively equal, but Top is really behind on the tech. His production is across the side of the map. SuperNova's making a Cyclone, so this is really a failed rush. Top is making more Reapers, but I'm not sure what he's going to get done with this. He's starting a command center back at home. However, there's 1 Reaper across the map. There's nothing to contest it here. Top didn't send any of those Reapers he produced back home to defend something like this, and now he's going to be in a world of trouble. SuperNova just needs to micro to the best of his ability, and Top knows it. GG gets called. SuperNova with a quick 2-0 lead. Looks like we may be having a quick Afreeca World today. Alrighty, the next map is going to be Blackpink, or Blackpink, pardon me. We'll see if Top's able to bring it back. That proxy, it just sort of didn't seem like it was going to work out. SuperNova scouted, and it's paid off for him. Now on Blackpink, we'll see. SuperNova's looking to make it to the finals to sort of have to face Parting, which is going to be a very scary opponent for him. But it's going to be a TVT. Alrighty, both players are ready, so we're going to get on into it. Thank you guys for tuning into Afreeca World. It's been a bit of a quick one with that pretty quick 3-1 there. And now possibly looking at a 3-0 if top doesn't buck up. We sort of expected SuperNova with being the favorite. Oh, pardon me. Wrong overlay there. But here we are. It's a best of 5. Currently up 2-0, playing for Team Root. You know, it's SuperNova. Taking those 2 games, making it look relatively easy. And now his opponent's top, spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map. We'll see what he's going to do. No SCVs moving out for a proxy racks just yet. See what kind of build he's looking to go for. Maybe going to play straight up versus SuperNova. Who knows? SuperNova sort of the more, I guess, practiced player in recent times, and that's why he's sort of looking almost a caliber above top. Now top can always maybe pull something out. We'll just have to see what it could be though. Build so far mirrored once again, likely just going to see that Reaper expand. Maybe the early game will go top's way this time. Then keep in mind the winner of this is going to go on to face parting. SuperNova moving out with an SCV Scout. It certainly paid off in the last game, and maybe just making it habit. Right now, top looking to go for his expansion there. SuperNova will be starting his own back at home. Top skipping the SCV Scout, so playing it a little bit more greedy. SuperNova getting a bit of harassment with his SCV there. Gonna get out. Top sends one down just to show him the door there. Top actually going for a Marine follow-up. He's got the Reaper. SuperNova has his Reaper moving out across the map. Now, if SuperNova tries to go for that cute little SCV poke, it's not really going to work out since top will have the extra damage from the Marine. So delaying his reactor, making an adjustment on the fly, and we'll see if it works out this time. SuperNova going to have to be careful. That Reaper may actually go down, and that would be an absolute huge deal. SuperNova now in trouble. Trying to buy time. Top knows, though. If your Reaper's dead and you're following it up with a reactor, you're going to have nothing at home. So this Reaper making a beeline for top, looking to try and get into SuperNova's base right now. SuperNova making that double Hellion. Top looks like he's going to be going for a Banshee back at home if I had to guess. SuperNova going for his own starport. But this Reaper for top does get in, knowing that there's nothing to contest it. SuperNova pulling some SCVs, trying to save that one making the starport. Top just focuses down that one SCV, knows that that Reaper's doomed. So both these guys have lost to Reaper. However, top sort of got a nice advantage there just by changing that build up ever so slightly. And it certainly worked out for him, so nicely done there. Both these guys now making a Raven. Top's been producing Marines so far. He seems to be the guy who wants to play Bio, whereas SuperNova continuing on with this Hellion production. Maybe going to try and poke up that ramp. Actually, he must have already done that, as took a shot or two there. Saw the bunker, forced out. Oh, that's interesting. Look at this. There's the overlay. SuperNova must be using the overlay, which displays your APM, which was recently added, and that must be a bug. It actually shows SuperNova's APM down here. Top, not using that overlay, SuperNova is. That's interesting. That's a small tidbit there. Now, the Hellions for SuperNova are hanging out. He even sent back that one injured one to get it repaired. Siege tank popping out for top. Top is going to be playing this Bio style, starting as Stim Pack. Looks like not throwing up another command center just yet. We'll see if he invests in some more barracks here to put on the aggression. For now, though, he's playing it quite safe. SuperNova, though, goes for a scan, identifies what his opponent's up to. thinking top may just go for something along the lines of a 2-base, so we'll see how SuperNova reacts to this. He's going for a Liberator, which can always get some good harassment done. Hellions can go well against the Marines that top is making. However, once the sort of hits that critical mass, not so much. SuperNova, though, just content with his map control, producing units back at home, making some cyclones, so we'll have a buffer against this strong timing that top's looking to hit. Liberator on the way for SuperNova. Top is the few Marines back at home, but Liberators can always get damage done if your opponent's not prepared for it. SuperNova making double Vikings as well, so going to want to wrestle for that air control versus top. Both these guys have a Raven, both building up energy here. However, top not continuing on with this Viking production, so he won't have that working out for him. So SuperNova maybe just looking to really defend these 2 bases. He'll likely throw up a 3rd command center at some point, but for now he knows that this timing is going to be coming his way, and as a result he needs to play it safe there. Just continuing on with production there, getting out to another siege tank or 2. There's his 3rd CC on the way. Not on location or anything just like that, because top is looking to move out now. He's going to be putting on the pressure. However, he won't have the air control. He may start some Vikings following up these medivacs. However, it'll be a little bit too late. He's going to have stim, but SuperNova knows this attack is coming. The question is, will he be able to defend it? The 2 medivacs will allow him to bounce around a bit. However, with this Raven, which can actually shut those down with the 2 Vikings, top's not really going to be able to get on in there. He may just have to try and stim up the front. However, this is 2 siege tanks. It's going to be a 3rd at some point. SuperNova also identified the move out, sent him the Liberator at that timing, that since top's army was out on the map, not in position to defend it. Now looking at this, top was just trying to stim on in there. However, that was way too bold, way too preemptive there without combat shield. SuperNova even just threw up 2 auto turrets, and now he's got 3 siege tanks. He's just completely well defended. He's got a 3rd CC on the way, so he's got a massive advantage right now. SuperNova even interpreting that top may just be going for a drop right now. The boost is used. We'll see if he goes far north. He may be able to land behind this mineral line, which could possibly get some good damage done. SuperNova doesn't actually have too many units, so his Vikings aren't quite in position. Now top is actually going to get on in here. He can always get some damage done with this. However, there's a decent Hellion count, but there's actually not too much. The top may get some good damage done with this push. That siege tank is disabled by that Raven, though. Top dropping his own auto turret, so that's helping this army. The Marines at the back of this mineral line picking off SCVs. So far, 7 have gone down. Let's see if he lifts up these units and tries to get out. There's all these Vikings, though, so the medivac is forfeit. Top got a bit of damage done, however, despite that, he was on 2 bases. SuperNova is still ahead in the worker count, and now top doesn't have too much to go on. He doesn't have a 3rd CC to follow up. Or actually, pardon me, yes he does. That's a mistake on my part. So he's not completely without hope in this game. However, SuperNova is quite comfortable. We'll see if top is going to be able to pull him out of position, though, as SuperNova tries to secure his 3rd base with this sort of slow army right now. Top is trading with some of these Hellions right now. He's stimming on forward, maybe able to pick off a siege tank or 2. This is +1 bio, so he does get a siege tank, gets out. This bio maybe looking to trade some more, picking off a cyclone or 2, gets out of there. However, all those Marines get shredded by a siege tank shot. Top stimming some more Marauders forward. SuperNova's poking in. So both these guys on 3 bases, but SuperNova is ahead in the worker count. Upgrades wise, top is going to have an advantage for the next significant future. But his medivacs have been shut down so hard by the Vikings of SuperNova, they've certainly done their damage. Looking at the units lost so far, they've already picked off the 2 there. Top scanning, seeing what he can find. SuperNova's looking to defend all of his bases here, interpreting a large drop, making a lot of missile turrets right now. Even getting up a sensor tower so he doesn't have to worry. He's building one at the 3rd, so he's just looking to lock down this location, knowing he's in the better situation economically. Top may try and break this 3rd base location. This is a small chunk of bio. Would have to be microed very well for top to get in on this. He's going to go for it. There's a drop for Top, looking to get on in here. However, that Raven using its defense matrix, shutting that down. Top stimming on in, picks off one of the siege tanks. However, SCVs are pulled. They're going to support this other one. So, yes, 2 of the siege tanks went down. However, this attack is going to be shut down. And now SuperNova is just sort of running away with this game. He's got the 3rd base secured. Top is just throwing bio. More and more of it at his opponent, looking at the resources lost. SuperNova is playing like the true mech player. He's almost doubled in his efficiency, and now looking at this, Top doesn't have many workers at this 3rd base, but he's going to be even losing the few of those as this Hellion run by comes in. Does get forced back. Top going to be able to intercept these Hellions. That's a nice pickoff there. However, SuperNova was well aware that they could go down, and he's still ahead in the supply by a significant margin. Top does have an upgrade advantage. It's currently 1-0 to 1-1. SuperNova looking to go for another Hellion run by. Top gonna just try and have to break his opponent at some point. However, with sensor towers up and siege tanks, there's really not much Top can do. SuperNova even looking to take a 4th base, bold enough to take it on location. He's got up all of his production right now, so it's looking pretty rough for Top. He's making a Ghost Academy, maybe gonna try and use a nuke to break this position. I've seen this once or twice, but it's never been too successful. We'll see if Top's able to get a fantastic nuke off here. Scanning this location, moving up north, we'll see what SuperNova's looking to do. Top even getting Cloak at his Ghost Academy, interestingly enough. Starting up another Ghost Academy, so he's literally going to be going for mass nukes here. Maybe just hoping for one fantastic nuke on his opponent right now. Liberator moving out for SuperNova, so he's continuing on with this harassment. Army supply are equal, but SuperNova's is much more scary. Can't move out just yet, so Top has time to get ready for this. He can always try and take a good fight. For now, the choice is going to be Ghosts and Nukes, I have to assume, with 2 Ghost Academies anyway. We'll see if he starts making a nuke or starts making Ghosts. Liberator comes on in for SuperNova, though, going to be shutting down some of these SCVs. May actually even see the Ghost Academies. He doesn't just yet, so he's not aware of this, but Top doesn't even have a Ghost. Top scans forward, maybe tried to get a bit of damage done there, but ultimately got denied. SuperNova is now content on 4 bases here. There's only Marauders for Top, so nothing that can actually shoot down this Liberator too. And there's another one at the natural, so Top's economy is just falling apart. SCV's going every which way here. SuperNova getting some fantastic harassment done. It's going to have to be one hell of a good nuke from Top to be able to bring him back in this game. No Ghosts have been made by Top either. They're just so expensive, and he's down to 36 SCVs here. This Liberator's gotten so much done, it's even going to kill off the 1 Marine sent to clean it up. So Top just falling in supply. SuperNova almost maxed out here. No Ghost is on the way for Top just yet. There we go. 2 Ghosts are started. He's got this army to the north. But with this planetary, I don't think SuperNova's going to be in any danger here. He's got his main base completely defended for drops. He's throwing up an extra CC, and he's maxed out with that. It's looking very rough for Top. Top, if he always takes a good fight, if he catches these tanks off guard, he can always get something. However, with this, SuperNova just forcing this army back. Top wasn't really paying attention, neither was SuperNova, but Top maybe going to try and take a good fight. He's really just going for only bio. He sets off a nuke. He's going to try and bait SuperNova into it. Top basically sitting on top of his own nuke marker there. SuperNova sees that red dot, says nope. Top may actually nuke his own army here. Yeah, he says GG, he nukes his own army. There's the style, and with that, SuperNova is going to take the 3-0.